Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
It's the podcast that Mrs. Reed and her favorite son loves, and Jay likes it too. It's Guys of a Certain Age. Robert Koblitz in studio alongside
Art Shirley.
And the eldest son.
the not his
Maybe
favorite.
not the favorite, but the eldest.
Yeah, of course he's the favorite. He's the furthest away, so there's less for her to get mad at him about, right? I mean,
he gets in less trouble, yeah, because I'm around every week. Yeah.
I still happen to be the favorite child.
Yeah,
I'm closest. I'm just
yes, you are, but you're the only son.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I am their only son.
You're the baby boy.
I'm the older boy. I'm the
boy,
oldest of the three.
Oldest of the three.
Yeah,
but you're the baby boy.
But the only boy. I guess I'm the baby boy.
That's
and
right.
The oldest boy as well.
Yeah, there you go. Simultaneously. All right, let's jump into some geeks of the week. I'm going to go first this time, as Art's looking for a geek.
Yep.
Do you guys remember Interstellar?
Yes.
Christopher Nolan's very interesting movie. Did you see Interstellar, Jay?
I did. It's been a while. I mean,
Find it, Murph. Figure it out, Murph.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, to celebrate the University of Texas coming to the Southeastern Conference, they're re-releasing Matthew McConaughey's last best movie.
Okay.
I'm joking about that because you know McConaughey's a huge UT fan.
Oh my gosh, he's on the sidelines.
Oh yeah. Excuse me, he's a huge University of Texas fan because the SEC has decreed that UT is Tennessee.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Even though there was a court case that gave UT to Texas years ago.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. You know what matters? In the SEC, it just means more.
It does. Welcome to Big Boy.
That's right.
Welcome to Big Boy football. And I can't wait to see what the Texas athletic teams do when they get routine horns down.
Yeah, because they've already complained about that. They've whined about that a little bit, right?
Oh, like there was last spring there was a handshake line after Texas got beaten basketball, right? Men's basketball. Somebody did a horns down, and like the Texas coach went off on the other team and complained to the refs after the game was over. It's a derogatory symbol. You know,
it's not. I mean, it's just derogatory to y'all. It's,
just
rivalry. Come on.
I want to see what these people do when they go to Death Valley on a Saturday night in Baton Rouge, where the 4-year-olds are flipping you off on the way in. Okay, you know, I mean. Come on, you have no idea what you're in for, Longhorns. You don't.
That's right. They're not the.
And Oklahoma's just happy to be here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, that wasn't my geek, but I had to go off on Matthew McConaughey. Anyway,
I didn't bring an erasable pen. You're gonna have to stick with that one.
Okay, am I? So the movie theaters are going to trot out a 70-millimeter IMAX version of Interstellar this fall. And it was originally supposed to drop on September 26th, but it's probably going to be a little bit later. December 6th is what they're saying. And I would be interested in seeing Interstellar in IMAX because it was a visually stunning movie. I just hope they've got the sound cleaned up. The mix was a little muddy, if you remember. Yeah. And some of the stuff at the end. No, Jay doesn't remember.
Nope.
You had some dialogue that was distorted. You had a few things that were a little difficult to hear in the mix. And Nolan said that was intentional. I hope they've kind of tweaked that a little bit. Mm-hmm. But to me, that's Interstellar is very reminiscent of 2001.
Yeah, it's a really good. I really like that movie a lot. I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it in forever, and I don't think we'll be one of the ones that get it coming around here again.
No, probably not. I don't. Where's our closest IMAX is
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Did you say this? This is the 10-year anniversary of the movie, right?
Is it the 10-year anniversary?
I think that's why they're doing it.
I think it's the 10-year anniversary. So, but Nolan made Interstellar after Inception, but before what was the last? Not the Presidio of somebody.
Shutter Island? Was that Nolan? No, that was not Nolan. That was Leonardo DiCaprio, but not Nolan.
What did Nolan do prior to Oppenheimer? I don't know.
I'm drawing a blank. Oh, the one with Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet.
Yeah.
The one that is Tenet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the one. With
I haven't seen it, but you saw it and didn't much care.
Oh, yeah,
for it,
that's right. That's right, I did.
That's why I was pointing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about David Tennant. But it was Tenet.
No.
Yeah,
movie.
Tenet
Gotcha.
was not in Tenet.
Yeah.
Nolan's kind of he's. Would you say he's the probably closest thing to an auteur?
That's exactly what. Yeah, I thought that was the word you were probably looking for.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So I would say so. Yeah.
Because he could get anything made he wants made.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, especially after Oppenheimer. I mean, he made a lot of money for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So.
And a good movie too. So that was a benefit.
Bonus.
Oh yeah, Warner Brothers. Oh man, I'll go off on this for a second. Warner Brothers is in some deep things because they announced yesterday a $7 billion write-down because they have realized that they have overvalued their linear TV offerings. And so the true worth of Warner Brothers, which is HBO, Max, the whole kit and caboodle, DC, has been somewhat overvalued. So
linear TV is that the stuff that you get on cable, or is that the streaming stuff? Okay, linear as opposed to streaming.
Yeah. So, and then they're about to lose the NBA on TNT.
Oh,
because Amazon Prime has stepped in and has secured the rights of that package. So the NBA on TNT has been a big deal for TNT and TBS as well, and so they've lost the NBA. So I don't know, if you got something on Max you want to watch, I'd watch it sooner rather than later because we don't know how long that one's going to stick around. So, but anyway, that was a couple geeks for
well,
you.
it's probably now that I've subscribed to the Max Disney Hulu bundle, I'd probably sign the kiss of death with that. Just
You're
as
the
I did
harbinger, aren't you?
Just as I did with DC Universe.
I mean,
which I still have. I probably need to cancel that subscription.
I would probably cancel that subscription. I ask Art now when he travels because I'm not going to travel in the Art travel window.
That's right.
Because bad things happen. So anyway, all right, who wants to go next with their geek?
Go ahead.
Oh, we're doing this in reverse today. Okay. So
I may not have one.
Okay, I'll give you a few more minutes to figure it out. So my geek is in 2026. The U.S. Mint is going to offer, or they're going to produce.
I'm
coins.
sorry. Is this a future geek that you've got coming?
Yeah, I know. Everything's turned upside down today. Almost like a tornado came through.
Oh.
It's a bizarro. Yeah.
So
it's kind of twisted.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So the U.S. Mint is going to make coins in 2026 featuring DC superheroes. So
wow,
2026 is going to be Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And then you can go on the U.S.
That's
Mint.
assuming that DC is still in business. Yeah, because
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But
they're asking me to cancel my subscription now.
Yeah. So you can go on to the Mint site. I found it on U.S. Mint. Let's see. I found it on Instagram. What was the site? United States Mint. And but you go on the website, the official Mint website, and you can vote for other characters because it's going to be a 3-year deal. And so you can go in and kind of rank. There's about 8 or 9 other characters you can rank. And supposedly our vote will count. So you got Aquaman, Flash, Hawkman. What's the one y'all always kill
Green
off?
Lantern.
Green Lantern was one of them. Supergirl, Batgirl. The one y'all always say somebody dies.
Oh, Cyclops, Cyborg,
yeah.
Cyborg, actually, yeah, DC.
So anyway, if you want to contribute to that, whatever. Decision.
Yeah, decision.
Jay's not used to being able to say this many words in a row. I know. Cut him off. I'm still talking.
So I thought that was kind of cool. Now I don't know if it didn't say if it was going to be like a quarter or something like that. You know how they do the quarter series, so I'm guessing that's what it would be. But who knows?
Why is the Earl you're giving us jaysusmint.com?
What?
Yeah, you're asking for $5 a vote.
Surely they're going to do a Two-Face coin.
That would
be smart on the one side.
Well, there was no villains in
choices.
Oh, they should have had a Joker one for sure.
Yeah, I guess maybe that'll be the next series.
That's what all the counterfeit people.
Why so serious? Oh. Did you get that one, Jay?
Did not.
Yeah. Heath Ledger's version of the Joker. Why so serious?
Okay.
Yeah.
Serious. Got it.
Yeah, why so serious? Yeah.
Speaking of Batman, have either one of y'all watched the Caped Crusader yet on Prime?
I've watched like 10 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah.
And it looks great. Then I fell asleep.
Looks great. It's the first one's a little slow.
Yeah.
I finished it up last weekend. This will be my geek. And there's some changes that has been announced that it is an Elseworld story. So they're making changes. I think we talked about Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah.
So fans don't need to freak out about it. The whole thing is really well done. Very reminiscent of the animated series because you've got Bruce Timm involved again. The quality's there. I think the acting and all is done very well. It's very much a continuous, even though the stories are self-contained stories. There's an arc throughout the whole thing, and it's kind of a year one vibe, not pulling from that story literally, but the Batman becoming Batman.
It is speculation. I saw that it's in the Ari Fleischer universe. The Superman is that Ari Fleischer? Am I correct?
Max
Fleischer.
I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Yeah,
And somebody spotted what they thought was the Lois Lane character.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so and drawn in the same style. So you have that same because it's supposed to take place in the early 40s. It's very much a film noir type thing, and it's real done. Well done. I like the I can't remember Hamish maybe I can't remember his name. Linklater is the guy that's playing Batman.
I saw that.
And he's really good. So like I said, I think it's well done.
I was looking. I'll come back to this when we get back on the second half. But there's a lot of great names that are voice actors in that. I mean, even like Lacey Chabert. I'm probably saying it wrong. From the Party of Five or whatever.
And from Mississippi.
And from Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, that's right. She's
but I
all
mean,
over.
in Bader.
Yeah,
Diedrich Bader.
Diedrich Bader plays Harvey Dent.
Right.
Two-Face.
Right. So and
Diedrich has played Batman before in The Brave and the Bold, and then of course he's been in Drew Carey show and a bunch of other stuff too.
Right.
You've got some well-known voice actors. Joe DiMaggio. That's not his name.
Nope.
DiMaggio is his last name.
Yeah. Hank. Is it Hank?
Maybe it is Hank DiMaggio, and he's Bender from Futurama, but does all kinds of voices.
You can bite my. Never mind.
Yeah, that's him.
Sorry, Mrs. Reed.
And Minnie Driver is Oswald Cobblepot,
which I think is great.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to getting into that at some point.
Yeah, and I will say that the first episode or two took a little bit of time to find its rhythm, more so than it did, going forward. But it definitely is worth watching. I think it's 10 episodes, maybe 8.
I've got drawn into Unstable on Netflix, which is Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I'd looked at that before. Is it good? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'll never watch it again. But
Rob Lowe and his son. Actual son.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've seen on reels and things, parts of interviews with the two of them, and like Rob Lowe's asking him, which of my movies is your favorite? And he goes, well, I've only seen 3 of them. I guess St. Elmo's Fire, and that was just because you made us all watch it. But I think we talked about this when we did the Brat Pack thing. They did a musical version or a Broadway version of St. Elmo's Fire. It's coming out, and they thought maybe they would get him to play. His son to play Rob Lowe's part.
He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fun. It's kind of like if Elon Musk's son came back to work and Elon Musk goes crazier than usual. And
is it a documentary?
No,
it's a
sitcom.
Yeah, it's a
30-minute show.
Yeah, half-hour eps.
And then
it's called
one season or 2 seasons?
2 seasons.
That's what I thought. They had a second season of it in its own
Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a
good deal.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Everybody's done their geeks. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk tornadic activity up next. And we're back. Jay's still here. Mrs. Reed didn't, come through the podcast airwaves and correct us yet. But I'm sure there will be a Facebook post telling us about which one of them is.
She's our most active poster.
She really is. Truly her favorite son. But we're going to talk Twisters. And are we going to talk the movie, or are we going to talk the restaurant in Albuquerque where Gus Fring had his criminal empire?
I thought we could talk variations of the game where you put your hand and feet on different colors.
Twisters again, like we did last summer.
Yeah,
So Los Pollos Hermanos from Breaking Bad, Gus Fring, was the actual restaurant. It's called Twisters.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Did you go there?
I did twice.
Yeah.
Have a cup.
Yeah.
Everything. Get the green sauce on the burrito. It's pretty good. So,
Sounds good.
But we're going to talk about the blockbuster of the 2024 summer season, Twisters, which is a sequel of sorts to the. When did Twister come out?
20 years ago. It seemed like there was an anniversary that just happened not too long ago.
So how exactly? I know that the typeface, it came Twister and Twisters, but was there any actual connection?
Dorothy's the only connection.
1996.
Yeah, 1996. So not quite 20 years ago.
28 years ago.
28 years, not quite 30 years ago.
Yeah, 28 years ago, because I was married in 1996 and just celebrated our 20th anniversary.
And I was married in 86. I should have remembered at least done that math for that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay. So
we digress.
Dorothy,
the machine that released all the different little spinning things, sensors that spinning things.
They spun sensors that spin.
Yeah,
that was the only connection though. And I really was kind of surprised that they did not do something where they had Bill Paxton sadly passed away, but Helen Hunt's still with us. Have her show up, possibly be the mother of the.
I thought she'd be the mother.
I thought she might be too.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was good that you have this completely different set of people that are in it. Glenn Powell's in it. I can't remember the actress's name. We probably need to know who that is, but
she was in a thing called The Internet,
where the crawdads sing. Or whatever.
She was great. Daisy Edgar Jones.
Yeah.
And Anthony Ramos from Hamilton.
That's right.
In the Heights.
In the Heights,
That's who that was.
Yeah,
Okay, got you.
And also Corn Sweat, the future Superman.
Is he in it?
Yeah, he's the jerk.
Scott. He played the part of Scott. Oh yeah, he was the. Oh really? The one that was his partner.
The partner who was
Javi's partner.
Yeah, who was, spoiler alert, the more evil.
The evil.
Gotcha. I did not realize that was him.
Yeah, Corn Sweat.
I didn't either.
Corn Sweat. Yeah,
Corn Sweat. Yeah.
And then I noticed Harry Haddon Patton. He was in he was the reporter. And he has played in a bunch of like The Crown and stuff like that. The British stuff.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I know who from the movie, but I've seen him in The Crown and stuff too.
And Bill Paxton's son, James Paxton, had a cameo.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
all right.
cool.
Well, there you go.
And let's see, who else was
now,
in
Glenn Powell's parents apparently are in every movie he's in. Glenn Powell's the male lead, and he's kind of the one that's blowing up. We've talked about him and some other things before. But in the rodeo scene, the parents are sitting behind him.
That's fun.
Okay. So he has them in every. They make a cameo in everything he's in.
So Glenn and Bill Paxton were actually friends.
Really? Okay.
They were in a movie together, so he kind of embraced this role as carrying on for his buddy Bill Paxton.
Now we've all seen it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody liked it.
Just the other night. Yep.
Kierna Shipka. Did I get that right?
I don't know.
She was in it?
Sure.
Who's she?
She was one of the friends who, spoiler, got killed at the beginning.
Yeah,
but she was in Mad Men and Sabrina the Teenage
I thought she was somebody else,
because Will, Becky and Will and I went and saw it, and Will, it is just like, I can't believe, and again, spoiler alert, that she's killed within the first 10 minutes of the movie, because she's a pretty recognizable name in terms of all those things you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But but I thought it was a great movie. Just thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
It was fun.
It was, and the tornado scenes were intense. I mean, just downright scary. I mean, they were well done. I don't think they ever made light of any of the, there was never a situation where you felt like they didn't respect and appreciate not only the power of these storms, but the devastation they can cause and the loss.
But at the same time, you kind of got that vibe in the beginning before you got to know the tornado wranglers.
Yes.
You expected sort of making fun of and not taking serious, but then when he clicks the button, he's got all this button, all this console of stuff. But when he clicks the one and it drives the stuff,
the spikes down
into the ground,
the screws, I guess,
twisty
really.
things, to solidify
to anchor the
himself.
thing to the
that's what I was looking for. Then you're okay. He
knows what he's doing.
This than we
and
thought.
I thought they did a good job of kind of subverting expectations because, and again, to me, Glenn Powell, as popular as he is, as much as he's taken off, he's still got that face you want to punch. So you think he's always going to be he's always going to be playing the jerk and the bad guy. And in this, he seemed to be set up to do that, and especially with Javi being the guy we liked from Hamilton and stuff. You're thinking, okay, this is how this is going to work out.
Yeah.
They did not, and maybe the original script had something different, and Glenn Powell's success led to that. But I'm very impressed with the way he can play both roles very well.
Yeah, and he ended up, of course, I mean, we've said spoiler alert every time, he ended up being the good guy.
Yes.
And Javi wasn't the bad guy, but he had to have a change of heart, too.
Yeah, but I liked that they did that. I liked that they did not turn this guy into, some kind of two-dimensional bad guy. They left that for Corn Sweat.
Yep. And I thought it was, Melissa mentioned that it was somewhat predictable, but I would say pleasantly predictable.
Yeah, I think the thing is, we talked about this some off mic. It was one of those movies you went in and it was highly entertaining. It just kept you engrossed the whole time. I thought.
Yes.
I mean, the pacing of it was just right. They had the appropriate slow moments when they needed to, but even with the predictability of it, all of it was okay. You felt like I need something that's kind of, I don't need to go something off the rails as much as they do sometimes.
So to me, it's somewhat reminiscent of the Twister effect. The Twisters effect to me is reminiscent of what we saw 2 years ago with Top Gun Maverick.
Yes, which is also Glenn Powell.
No nudity, very little language. Just something you could take your kids to.
Really could, with the exception of possibly because my kid at 33 still has a fear of tornadoes.
Yeah, I do too.
And those were, like I said, those were terrifying in the thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, to your point, I mean, there was nothing in there, and it didn't lack anything. You didn't feel like there was anything missing.
That's right. There was a kissing scene between the two leads.
Yes.
That they cut because they felt that it was a little too gratuitous, and they were they didn't want it to become a romantic movie. That was we weren't trying to get to a relationship point.
Right.
Yeah, but at the end, it kind of left you.
Well, you could assume that if you wanted to, or you could assume they just become partners in this business. You said the end credits collage. There was not a scene, but they show magazine clippings and news stories and things that kind of told what happened to them afterwards in terms of the movie. But there's never like, oh, now they're
But
married.
she totally set him up for the romantic side when she said, chase what you believe in.
Yeah.
Or
Oh
whatever
yeah. Like it's
was.
definitely there. But I like the fact that they didn't just beat our heads up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no flying cow.
There was no flying cow. The chicken, I guess, was the closest thing to it. But I thought there was going to be, because we had heard there might be.
But there was flying people. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
You hear about people dying in tornadoes and all that stuff. That was not a surprise. But I've never seen a portrayal where people just disappeared.
Yeah, that was awful.
So that was a little bit.
I mean, that was really.
Well, the opening scene of Twister does have.
Does it? See, I can't remember.
see,
Twister.
Yeah, I just rewatched it. Yeah. So
And it's on Max right now.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt's dad gets sucked out of the storm shelter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there's a couple other things that happen there. The science seems to be pretty
accurate.
Yeah, pretty
Even
rock
the
solid.
polymer thing that they tried to do.
Polymer thing may or may not be, and a meteorologist that I've said that there's no way that truck, even with the things, it's going to get sucked up. And good luck on that. But the fact that they showed how dangerous overpasses could be.
See, and I didn't realize. I always thought that was something. That was something I didn't realize, because I always thought that's what you wanted to go under. But
Well,
it makes sense that you don't.
Yeah, because it's going to
collapse,
or it's going to suck you out.
Oh yeah, because it creates a wind tunnel basically.
Yeah. So, those were some cool things. So, and then
my parents filled in their pool. I can't go back there and jump in.
Well,
but
and
did your parents have a little auxiliary room on the side of the pool?
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting thing. How did she know that was there?
That was weird.
Well, and I'll say we saw this probably a week after we removed our storm shelter that we had, buried in our ground. We had a tornado shelter, one of the fiberglass units that stairs going down, and we had just taken it out. And in the middle of the movie, Becky goes, maybe that wasn't a good call to take that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, I noticed y'all probably saw this guy, and he has a strong geek connection. The guy who played the traffic cop at the airport. I recognized him. I had to go look him up later, and just because I thought this is kind of a cameo, because I've seen this guy before, and he has a 1-minute role. Paul Scheer is his name, and when I looked him up, he is actually he's one of the voices in Batman.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, it's hard to, you read this, and it's hard to see.
He also is the only actor that was in the original Twister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had like a bit part or whatever.
He was Aaron Cobblepot on Batman Caped Crusader.
Oh, okay.
Yes, currently. Yeah. And
He's in Star Trek's Lower Deck.
Yep.
But he is one of those guys you see everywhere.
Squirrel Girl.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Okay.
He's been on
Batman: The Audio Adventures, Mr. Charlie Horse or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that character.
Yeah.
So I need to re-listen.
All
to that.
voice acting, but a lot of geek cred in that regard.
Yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm. He did an episode of Human Discoveries. He was on 10 episodes. Veep. He was 9 episodes on Veep.
Wow.
Anybody ever watch Veep?
No, I was about to ask the same thing, and we're thinking about picking that up. We're making our way through Arrested Development again.
He was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Really fall. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember him. From Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You like Arrested Development?
Yeah. Well, the first 3 seasons were great, and then you get into the 4th, which is when it went to Netflix, and we're watching the remix version of it now, and it just does not click the same way that the first. The first 3 are just incredibly funny.
Yeah.
4th season we're kind of struggling through, and we're going to see how the 5th ends up. But anyway, that's kind of gotten to one of the characters from Arrested Development is on Veep, so we're thinking we want to watch that.
Yeah. What about Silicon Valley? Either of you guys watch Silicon
you've mentioned that before and recommended it before. And
I've never seen it.
Oh, I thought you had seen it. What's the Halt and Catch Fire is what you...
Halt and Catch Fire is phenomenal.
Yeah, okay.
So, anyway, well, back to Twisters. I mean, enjoyed it. 2 hours. Just a popcorn movie.
Glad I went and saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
I think it definitely is a theater movie to go see. Definitely a popcorn, like you said, a great summer movie.
Mm-hmm. It's what I think of when I think of a summer blockbuster.
Exactly.
A lot like
Jaws or
Maverick. I mean, Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it was coming out, I didn't have high expectations.
Me either.
I
thought they were kind of maybe a bit of a cash grab, But I think
it's got some cash. It's doing fine.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Yeah. But it was good. Like I said, I would, and I liked how, again, like you were talking about with the Tornado Wrangler folks, that whole team turned out to be a team of good folks, when they were helping out. So that was really good.
She brought there selling T-shirts, and you get they're just making money from somebody's. Well, somebody was making money from somebody's misfortune, but it wasn't them.
Yeah, $200 million, Global Haul of 281 for Twisters. It's not bad.
Yeah. What studio?
Shabby. Well, Steven Spielberg was the producer, right?
He did have, he was a
and producer. It was Amblin Entertainment. I mean, it was all, there were some big names on there.
Okay.
I don't know. I would think it.
I remember thinking that when we were looking at who was producing it, there was somebody that, and I think it's Spielberg. I'd forgotten that he was associated with it.
Connected to.
Yeah. So a lot of fun. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for this week. We will see you next time around.